There we go. All right. Just want to make sure. Yes. All right. Let's see. Hold on. It's coming in. Jessica. Yes. Hold on. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm totally ready. So, with that, first off, thank you for letting me reschedule you last week. I had a 103-degree fever and I had COVID. And so we're still dying from it currently, but we're going to get better. Okay.
No, I was like, oh no, I didn't know what happened, but
Yeah,
that's
no,
awesome.
it was bad. I mean, my husband got it. He brought it home from a cardiologist appointment that he had. And then I thought that I would get
Oh,
away from it. And then when I was in upstate New York on our vacation, I just stayed on the couch the entire week. That was it. That was it.
yeah,
That was my
I
whole.
heard people get really sleepy, like you just are so tired.
It was bad. Today's the first day I haven't felt like I'm in a full fog, but I still don't have my sense of taste or smell back yet. So I'm still waiting for that to show back up at some point. So
Yeah, that takes the longest.
yes, it does. And so I know I've been vibing with these people since yesterday. I'm so glad we are able to get you in today.
Me
Um,
too.
yeah, I want to talk about it's already recording.
Okay.
Obviously, I get signs and symbols, I get feelings and emotions. They put me in different situations and they try to make me relive, refeel, or re experience things. I like your angel wings. I love the thing around. Um, I want to talk about the younger guy was a point of interest for me
Yeah.
yesterday. So we are going to hold on. He's goofy. He's goofy. Yesterday, goofy. He is goofy. He's like, well, like he does all these eye movements and stuff in my head. He says, "Isn't she beautiful?" So he talks to you like that. So this was obviously like a really good friend, or like getting into that area or something like that. I don't understand. Hang on. Wait. He's protective of you, though. Why would he be protective of you? Hang on. Because he comes up and he says, like, it's okay, it's okay. And he gives you a hug, like this big hug. Hold on. You almost like mothered him in a way. That's interesting. Very like mothering. Because he's talking about how you're like, you need to do this, you don't need to do this, like that. Hold on. What? I'm just jumping straight into this.
Good. Perfect.
Uh-huh. What are I said, what happened with you? He says, we don't need to talk about that. I tell him we do. He hold on. Stupid. It's stupid. I know. I know. You don't he gets frustrated. It's funny because he gets angry, can get angry pretty quickly, but yet he's also passive. Like he doesn't particularly like conflict and he likes to push things under the rug. And so when I'm talking to him about it, he's like, well, we don't, ooh, and then it's like, let it go. And another person just showed up in my head and he says, you need to calm down. There's a guy, he says, talking to him, he says, you need to, I just heard his voice, you need to calm down, calm down, calm down. People are here to take care of you. Oh, Sean, what happened to you? Hang on. He says he's fractured, so he passed tragically. Hold on. He says, I'm still fractured. Weird. I haven't had them use this phrase before. Are you disappointed with Sean?
Um, yeah, a little bit. Absolutely. A
Yeah.
little bit.
He goes, I don't want her to be disappointed in me. He just says like that. I go, okay. Hold on. It's weird. You guys had like a total hardcore. We want to talk about past life.
Oh yeah.
Oh, all the way. It's weird because I almost feel like you were his mother at one point or your mom, but then there's also like a big romantic relationship part that comes in
Right.
here
Hmm.
um all the way through. And then another one, it's hardcore. Hold on. Was this a romantic relationship right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He has, it's deeper than that though. This is like
Yeah.
family. Like, yeah. Hold on. He said, I just died. I just fucking died. I just died. And I don't he's stressing, but he died because of himself. Um, did he like accidentally take the wrong thing or something?
No.
What's weird? What happened? Because he says he's frustrated in himself. Hold on. Hold on. I mean, there's no second chances in his life. He says nobody could stop me, nobody could save me, nobody could do this. So that it's complete. God, he's like, it was gone. He was putting it on himself. Maybe it was his decision, maybe it was his action, maybe it was his thing, but it's all to him. It's like not an outside source thing. He Did he like leave and go out and then never came back to you? Yeah. Okay. He goes like this. I go, well, what happened with you? And he shows himself like walking out the door. He says, I left. And he goes, I was never able to come back to her.
And I'd like to know where he was going.
Yeah, that's what it.
And it doesn't seem like he wants to talk about it from the beginning. So I don't know.
Oh, no, we're going to. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. So what happens is that, remember how I said he's passive? He doesn't like conflict, right?
Yeah.
Like that. Mm-hmm. So he's still that person. And so what he has to do is he has to trust, this part of being a medium is that he has to trust that I'm not going to get upset with him or that you're not going to get upset with him. And so as soon as they're comfortable, then they start talking about it. He gets very panicky. He has a lot of anxiety underneath it all. He almost feels like, I don't think he's a drug person, but he almost feels like he needs a fix for some reason. Maybe he liked drinking a whole lot. Maybe like alcohol was a really big thing for him. Hold on. Did he have manic depressive episodes?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. This is what he does. He gets up and he's talking about how I'm anxious. I'm really anxious. He's like, and I just don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. So I just gotta go. And he's making me feel like really rigid and really freaking out. She's such a great girl. She's such a great girl. And oh God, that's how he feels. He was on his phone a whole hell of a lot. Was he like just flirting with other people or something? Mm-hmm. Okay. Because he gets out his phone. He does it like this, which means we're like hiding something. So we're like holding it here. And he's like doing like that. And I was like, why? And he puts like a sexiness about it. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. It's like I caught him in a bad lie. He said right now, like,
he would definitely do that right now.
He goes like this. He goes, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to, and it's like, he's like trying to back up. And I'm like, come on, we're going to come over here. Whoever this other gentleman, the older gentleman is, it almost feels like a father type of figure energy for you or something. He's telling him that he needs to come clean. Like he's telling him, come on, son. That's what he's saying. So it's like we're cornering him. Hold on. Oh, this is great. This is a thing. Maybe I had a problem. Maybe I had an issue. It's not that I didn't love her. It was, I was selfish in myself. Hold on. It's interesting. It's like, he says that he was just quote unquote going out for a drive or going out for something like that. But it feels like there's like feminine energy involved on the other end of that. But maybe we like never made it there, or maybe we had thought about making it there and then we turned around and like went by a corner store or something like that. I don't know. It's weird. There's like something off because he goes there and then back. But we're not all the way back yet. Hang on. I wonder if you actually have seen that girl. I wonder if you got like a message on Instagram or something. I don't know. That's weird. So he just showed me, he said you've talked to them, or you talked to them like almost like it's been. Oh, what is a short Hispanic girl? Weird. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who is this? Very short. Whatever this person is short. They're little. You're like what? 5'7", 5'8"?
I'm like 5'2".
You're little. You're that little. Okay. Yeah. You have a big personality then. It's in it. So that's why he likes all the really short girls. Because he keeps putting them that they're down here to him or like little to him. Yeah. Little. I was funny. I was goofy. I think he was talking to somebody. I think he was going out to talk to somebody. I think he was trying to deal with his nerves. I think he was trying to deal with, he loves you. He loves you. He apologizes. He gets very nervous. He keeps going like this. Mm-hmm. Hold on. He may have had sex with somebody. What did you, mm-hmm, yeah, he says, he goes like this. I'm sorry, this is going to get really graphic.
Go ahead. I don't even care.
Okay. He goes like this. I said, before I ask her, I said, is there anything else? And he shows me like, you know how somebody like grabs the, like that. That's what he goes. He goes, boom, boom. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's new for me. He's asking for your forgiveness.
Can I pass on that?
Yeah, you can totally pass on that.
Can work on that.
He comes up and he's like, will you forgive? It's like, and he's really good at doing stuff like that.
Yeah, he's good at it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let him do it to you. Don't let him do it to you.
I'm not. So this is what he said right now. He goes, I never really like ever believed, in the stuff that you do. He's like, I didn't, I mean, we thought about it. We like talked about it. He was like, but this is not a thing. And I was like, oh, okay. And so he's like joking about this right now. And he says that, he can change into whatever you need and want
to be. Yep.
He says, he shows me this. This is interesting. He just showed me, me and my husband just came back from, well, besides the New York one, but like a month ago, we went up to like Pismo Beach and San Luis Obispo and stuff like that. And he just showed me, he was like, oh, if you want to have coffee, we can have coffee. If you want me to be like this cool, like running the sand person, oh, I can be that way. If it's like, we need to have, we can talk about it, and he's talking about how he can shift to whatever he wants. He says that, he puts on these like douchey Ray-Ban sunglasses in my head. And he says, sorry. He goes, I can be anything that they want. And he's like, I don't even have a cool car. I was like, yeah, I know. So maybe he was broke. He says he thought he was cool, or he thought he was great. And he said, but like he was broke. He wasn't that. What ended up happening with him?
So we were married, but we were going through a rough patch. So we ended up having to sell our house, and he moved in with his friend, and I was at my mom's. But the night that he died, he went out, he was drinking, he was drinking a lot. He ends up leaving his phone underneath the bed. He was paranoid, for one. He's very, very, very paranoid. So like he probably thought I had a tracker on his phone or something, and I was tracking him. So I don't know if he left the phone underneath the bed for that reason or whatever. He ends up leaving, and he right out in front of his house, he gets onto Beach Boulevard, the busiest street down here, and he ran a red light and he hit another person and he died, and so did the person he hit.
Oh, so it was his fault. It was his fault.
100% his fault.
Oh my God. What Beach Boulevard? I mean, down here in Galveston, they have a Beach Boulevard. Where is this at?
In California.
This is in Cal. Is it like a Los Angeles like Beach Boulevard thing, or where?
Like it's like in Huntington Beach.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I have a really good friend that lives out there. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
No wonder he had drinking. No wonder so he's just trying to be. No wonder he has that scared little boy. Your ex-wife, you are terrifying to him. That makes sense, but he loves you. This is a karmatic relationship all the way across time and space that will continue. I would put on this relationship, if I had a name for it, it'd be called To Be Continued. He was having an affair. He was talking to other people too at the same time.
It was like, you're going to break up with me because you want me to be a better person. Okay, well, I'm going to go and hurt you because you left the one thing he never wanted me to do. You could never leave. You can never leave. You can never leave. We can be miserable, but we need to be together. Well, I couldn't live like that. I needed a break. So I went to live with my mom. So in the meantime, because I left, he thought like, oh, I betrayed him. So he went and talked to other people. And it was obvious. I could tell. I already knew. This girl pops up and goes and visit his mom, and after he passes away, and I'm like, this is way deeper than what I knew it to be, personally. And then I got a message because I had his phone. I found his phone.
You did get the message.
I got the message, and the girl was like, I had so much fun last night. I'm so glad we got to hook up in your car. And I'm like, the day after I found out that he passed away, I'm like, are you kidding me? You're kidding me. Like, this did not just happen. But it was just like, so it was like, I'm mourning for him. Obviously, I miss him. I love him and everything. But on the second hand, it was like hurt after like deep hurt after like, just, I can't believe you did that hurt, and everything else hurt. It was like, I can't believe it. It's unbelievable.
God. Wow.
So gives you that feeling of like, yeah. And he left me here with, left me here. I say that a lot because it's like how it feels. He left me here with like our daughter, and she wasn't even like 3 yet. Like, are you kidding me? Why would you do this? You made such a dumb mistake. You're missing everything.
As you're saying that, the thing that I just heard in my head, it wasn't my voice, it was his, and it said, I'm sorry, just straight up. I mean, I wish I could hear his voice in a video, because what that was just his voice, and it was only right over here, and it just said like, I'm sorry. He has big hands. He goes tall, like,
very tall.
Is he really? Yeah, he put him out. You can see his knuckles, and he goes like this, which is like pleading hands. Hold on, let me get into this. Now he's making me cry because he's trying to make me feel his pain. What an asshole I was. That's what he says. So he was, I have never felt that amount of anxiety from a spirit, because all of it, he died and you found out oh my God, I'm sorry. That's crazy. That's wow. Hold on. Let me keep going. I want to ask him. Does she not think I love her? Oh, he's talking about the daughter.
I mean, no, she knows that he loves her for sure.
Yeah. He goes like this. He says, I don't want her going around carrying a chip on her shoulder.
I'm trying really hard, but it's hard.
I know. And she says, before he goes, doesn't she know? I hope she knows that I love her. Says that Daddy can't come to you right now. Daddy fucked up. He says like that. I'm trying every day. And he says, I'm stuck here with him. So that gentleman is a person that helps him out. Is that like dad for you?
Yeah, my dad.
That's your dad.
Yeah.
Okay, because he's talking about how your father is funny because he's like, come on, and he's getting close with your ex-husband or husband, and he's trying to make him be the right thing. It's almost like, what did him and your dad not get along in life that well? Did he not particularly care for him?
No, he didn't, because he kept making stupid mistakes.
Okay. So your dad he's here, and he says, I said, so did you like him? I said, your son-in-law seems like he could be a really likable guy for you. I said, I bet you guys got along. He goes, I didn't like what he was doing. I didn't like what he was doing to the family and my daughter. And he said, but who knew that we would be put together, and now I have to help him out. He's not that bad. So they are resolving their relationship right now. Hold on. He says, your dad loves you. He says, that's my little girl. And he says, and I'm going to go and I'm going to help make this family together no matter what. And he says, and I got him. Your dad's shorter than your ex-husband. Says that because he points up at him. He's like, and I got him like that. He says that, come on over here, you fuckhead. He is funny. Your dad is giving him, I don't think your dad normally curses, but that's funny what he just said. You can't fish. You got to come over here and make things right. Your dad is keeping your husband in the physical with you so that he helps you and your daughter grow and become better. So your dad just said, hold on. Him and your mom were still married at the time of your dad's passing?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. He goes,
a reading with my mom.
This is so, no wonder he feels so familiar. Yeah. Okay. He goes like this. He's talking to your husband. He says, I'm keeping you here. That way you and her can get things together and make them smooth. He goes, I'm waiting for my sweetheart. I'm waiting for my wife. And so when she comes over, I'm going to be gone with her. He goes, but you're going to be waiting around with her for a long time. So he's like prepping him. So no, again, tell your mother that he loves her and that he's waiting for her and he's helping out the husband. Says that, hold on. Yeah, you will. Your ex-husband just put you with a very tall, like tan white guy named like Brad. Like, I'm not saying you have one like that, but he puts you with almost like this douchebag, this really tall douchebag with like really pretty white teeth. Like that, like something, just he's being a whiny little baby. And I go, he says, well, I'll help her find, this stable or this person that's going to help them out. And he says, I don't want to do it though. So he's like complaining about it. And he's like, it's going to be somebody that's douchey like Chad or Brad. And he shows me an image and I'm like, stop it. And he says that this is random. I'm just going to say this, and I know it's not too important. He says that he's going to help you find a rich guy. So this is the best thing so just pause. This is weird. I don't think it's right now. I think this is going to be in about 7 to 8 years. It's like you end up meeting somebody that like is like a tech startup or like a business startup, like they own their own business. They're 2 or 3 years older than you. You end up dating them, but it's like one of these things that you're in this house that kind of like overlooks the ocean, and you have like this glass of tea and you have on like this white like pajama robe, and you're like looking back and you're like, oh my God, this is so nice. And you get married and you love this person and it's a really good relationship and your kid has a good time. And so we go from like the struggles and like the not knowing who we are, or like if we're going to find love, where this kind of like just falls into your lap and it ends up working out really well and you're really appreciative of it. It's nothing pompous. It's not like, oh, I have Gucci Prada or anything like that. You're just kind of like, wow, I'm so thankful that this happened and you're able to pursue your loves and your talents. And this guy loves you and adores you. I think he's going to be 4 or 5 years older than you. I think your husband's going to have something to do with it, but there's going to be like the struggle patch or like this sort of like rougher finding ourselves like these next few years. But then at that point, this is going to end up falling in your lap. And I think it's going to turn out pretty well. And so just wait, it's not all about money, but it's almost like you end up having this skewed fairy tale version of life that you kind of like always wanted and you didn't assume you were going to get. And I've never had that.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah, so just wait. It's gonna be interesting over the next 5 or 6 years. But hold on, I'm trying to. But see, you're on a like a rocky pebble beach coast. So I'm even wondering if like maybe you end up moving up north more. Like maybe you end up moving up to like Washington State or Oregon. I know you're a sun bunny. I know you're like that area, but maybe even like you go up there because it's colder and they have those round like stone pebbles. And that's the only place I know is up in that area. Hold on. I want you to watch out. You're going to be, you're not dating anybody right now, correct?
I was just about to ask you, I am talking to somebody, but I think he's not good. I don't think he's good.
No. Okay. So this is what he just brought up. And I was like, I didn't know if that was this one right now or if it's going to be this next one. He shows me abusive relationship. He shows me a black eye. I'm not saying you're going to get that, but that means abusive. And he worries about you getting beat down like that. He worries about that happen. And he puts no good. But then he puts like, that's the current or the next guy. Like it's a 1 right now. That's the vibe. Is the one you're talking to right now a little creepy and too controlling?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I said, well, what about this one? How is he? He says he's too fucking creepy. He's controlling. And I was like, oh, okay. He's too like, yeah, the one that you end up with that I'm talking about, he's going to end up finding him. And it'll just fall in your lap. And it's a good thing. This is the other thing. I don't want to tell you to not date anybody because that's what molds you into even more appreciation. But I would say definitely get rid of this one and just know the signs down the line that if you feel like it is going to be one, it is going to be one. Okay. Like your gut, that's him. He's not going to lie to you. He said, not anymore. Hold on. Did he like not wear a wedding ring?
So like he always wanted to wear his wedding ring, but he would always like because we were like going through some stuff, he would always I think he would kind of like look at it and be like, should I wear it? Should I not? Is she going to be wearing hers? I don't know. Should I wear it? Should I not? And so most of the time he didn't.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. He goes, they said, is there anything that you want? And he talks about a wedding ring. He talks about like giving it to the daughter, which means it's not buried with him. I've
been thinking in my head, like it literally sits like over here and outside of my living room and like just with his on top of mine. And so she can look at it and play with them and stuff and she'll put it back. But yeah, I was thinking the same thing because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful ring. Like, so.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. He's doing a good job. He goes like this. He does wedding ring. I said, were you buried with it or cremated or anything like that? And he says, no, he says, she has it. He says, I said, so, what do you regret? And he like takes it off and puts it aside and which means like, I didn't wear it as much or I didn't wear it. And I said, well, what do you want to do with this? And he hands it over to the daughter. And I said, okay. And he like puts a heart. So it's like, wear it next to your heart. He says that, he says, you're the most beautiful girl in the world and he ruined you.
Yeah.
He's sorry. He said he's sorry. Oh my God, I almost cried. Ugh. Oh, it's like right there. He said he wasn't telling you the truth. He said, I wasn't telling her the truth. He said, I was telling her half truths. He said, He would gaslight you a lot. He'd
A
gaslight you.
lot. I didn't know
Uh-huh.
what gaslighting was though at the time. I just thought like he just really loved everything. I don't know. He was just great at what he's doing. How you're describing him, that's exactly how he is. Exactly how he acts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's talking about like getting into, I would say, even arguments, and you just sitting there and being like, what?
Yeah, like why do we have to do this?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Mm-hmm. He apologizes for it all. Hold on. He says his face was smashed in. Um,
Let's think. Mine or his?
his when he died, did he have like a lot of facial injuries?
So the thing about that, let me tell you this really quickly. So how I found out he passed away was he was supposed to come. I have a son with another person, but he was supposed to go to his little thing from school. And
Mm-hmm.
this is how much he made me think that like this was actually going to work out because he was doing all these things. Anyways, he didn't show up. So I started calling him, calling. He didn't answer. He was one to answer every single time. He texted me back like within a minute every time. So I'm like, something's wrong. So after the thing, I took my daughter. She was like 2. Got in the car, drove to where he was living. We got on this rock. We tried to look through the window. I was calling his friend, and then I was sitting on the curb. I called his mom, and as I went to call her, she was like, I was just about to call you. I said, what? She said, Sean passed in a car accident last night. And they've been looking for you since last night. The address he has on his driver's license isn't right. They had to get his brother from the Navy out of the sea, and they airlifted him out. And he had to only call one person. He called his wife called me, and then I'm calling you. But at that point, he was a donor. So they started taking stuff without letting the family know. So by the time I found out, they took his eyes, they took his skin, they took all of this stuff off of him before I even got to see him. They just started taking stuff, and so when I called, they were like, they just came and they just took everything, and like, I don't know if you want to come now. I don't know,
Oh,
like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this did not just happen like that. Like this did not just I didn't even get to say bye. Like with my dad,
no.
I got to say bye. I got to touch him and stuff. With
Yes.
with him, it was just like a swift like bye.
Oh my God. Because he goes like this. He says, I said, so what happened like at the end, how badly damaged your issue were? And he talks about people only being able or would be only able to like touch his hand, but not even that. And I said, why? And he puts like his whole face is bloody or like everything is bloody or his body is bloody. And I was like, why? And he's like, they couldn't see me or they couldn't. So it's because they had already taken everything. That's what he said. He kept saying I was a fucking wreck. I was a fucking wreck. Yeah. He was mortified by it, dude. He was mortified by it. And my God, he apologizes for it as well. So I just want to let you know, like right now, I have one other session I have to go to right now. I have a couple other, but I wanted to give you a couple more minutes. I want you to know he's sorry. I want you to know that y'all are going to work through this over the next couple of years. I want you to know that he's indebted to you, and that when you ask him for help or ask him for guidance, that he will give it to you. I want you to try to get to a place of forgiveness, and then I want to get you to a place where you can start not loving him, maybe not romantically, but loving him, knowing that, I mean, he was like, yeah, he was like a brother in your past life. You were his mom. I mean, it's this whole thing and it just keeps going. And so it will come back again. But he's going to now guide you, and your dad is going to make sure he does that too. Okay. But I want you to do a couple of things. I want you to take a couple minutes. I want you to either have a good breather or a good ugly cry. And then the thing after that is that tonight, when you lay down, tell him you love him and thank you for coming through, and tell your dad too. I mean, obviously this is a lot of him, but I just want to let you know that your dad got him here. Your dad's making him talk. And so this relationship is going to continue on. And if you have any questions or if you need me, just email me. Okay.
This was great. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, not a problem, Jess. I love you, and I'm sorry you went through that, but he's learning from it. He's learning from it.
Good. I'm glad. I knew he would. This was a lesson for him. I know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Keep it up. Well, if you need me, let me know. Okay, girl.
Okay. Bye. Have a good night. Feel
Love
better.
you.
Bye.
Thanks.